flip popo, you tire with your story. Well, you came to us, you throw up in the light. Now we know you want big darkness.
Fake oppositions.
When black people in the time, one I make and one I let giant. Two abomination, one I make must come down. Really, move. That play you said in an antro and play, oh. When I'm begging you say, you just gotta calm down. FIFA around, oh. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down. You phone no around. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down.
We will get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. If I get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. They want to not smell it, the other one they can smell it, get out of when you can smell it, if I man, oh.
This time around, who we carrying? If I talking to it. We don't have a plenty of talk, that who we carrying? If I talking to it.
But I got sweet mind full of so scans. Don't fall for them, the minute I so scans. It's a real Tifa. We can see the development they say they will bring. We can see the salary they promise to share. That's so scary. You don't scare, oh. Tifa na pay school in this country. Tifa na pay hospital in this country. Tifa na pay road in this country. Tifa building bridges in this country. Tifa da brabi, Tifa da brabi. Father, Brabby, picking respect your Brabby. Thomas Fala coming no more, taking popo. Talking too long, never no monkey, mon pofo. Your pofo, you call it. If contract and terrain coming no more, get shoe pofo. You call it. The good bad terrain coming no more, get mon pofo. Your pofo, you call it. If rubber terrain coming no more, get mon pofo. Pofo. Barrow medicine, yeah. We were you, Lion of Africa, yeah. We stand with you.
Anything that you tell her, anything you want to. Really. You have a man now, can't want a man must calm down. Really, move. That play you said in an antro and play, oh. When I'm begging you say, you just gotta calm down. FIFA around, oh. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down. You phone no around. Nothing got calm down. Nothing got calm down.
We will get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. If I get it once upon swear, get it once upon swear. They want to not smell it, the other one they can smell it, get out of when you can smell it. If I man, oh.
This time around, who we carrying? If I talking to it. We don't have a plenty of talk, that who we carrying? If I talking to it.
But I got sweet mind full of so scans. Don't fall for them, the minute I so scans. It's a real Tifa. We can see the development they say they will bring. We can see the salary they promise to share. That's so scary. You don't scare, oh. Tifa na pay school in this country. Tifa na pay hospital in this country. Tifa na pay road in this country. Tifa building bridges in this country. Tifa da brabi, Tifa da brabi. Tifa da brabi, picking respect your brabi. Thomas Fala coming no more, taking popo. Talking too long, never no monkey. Your pofo, you call it. If contract and terrain coming no more, get shoe pofo. You call it. The good bad terrain coming no more, get mon pofo. Your pofo, you call it. If rubber terrain coming no more, get mon pofo. You call it. Barrow medicine, yeah. We were you, Lion of Africa, yeah. We stand with you.
Anything that you tell her, anything you want to. Really, you feel us. This time around, who we carrying? If I The first time we came with defensive system, you are acting like you the best man.
Loga.
But now we coming with attacking system. To treat you just like one contribution. The people that are guaranteed father and joke. You like it or not, you want to me the hole. You know you have a good time, you know you have a true. This time around,
We will get them once up on sweat, get them once up on sweat. If I get them once up on sweat, get them once up on sweat. If I get them once up on sweat, get them once up on sweat.
when black people in the time, one I make and one I let giant. Two about me now can one I make must calm down. Really, move. That play you said in an actual play, oh. When I'm begging you say, you just gotta calm down. If I am nothing up.
Told you long time that Sharon Robert is not an advocate. She's a crazy woman, I say.
What?
Sharon Robert, a crazy woman. The higher looking a crazy woman. Seji, a crazy woman, I say.
Hey!
So Sharon Robert, not an advocate, that crazy woman. I made Sharon Robert to prove for say that she's crazy. All that thing that woman can do, me I know crazy people. Crazy people host always chocolate. There are some crazy people that be clean clothes. You not know they get crazy people in clean clothes. You not know they get crazy people in clean clothes. You don't know that one. She go to America, she turn crazy in America. Look at crazy there. That the cash app, cash app. Hey, like great people, your cash app business, you turn somebody into super crazy. Now your cash app business. But for now, your cash app business, the woman finish.
Oh my God.
You see crazy, I'm not crazy. I mean, tell her you crazy, she did a painting. She got me wear the painting. Her painting, she was over here, she did for her now. She got me wear it. Ain't you see it? That same person can be here. That same person. Ain't you see Susanna Party? Ain't you see Susanna Party? That Susanna Party, oh my baker. Let me tell you, say, that money can make bigger chance. That the cash app, cash app. People coming on my page talking about Prophet, why you can't go for the crazy woman, Charlotte Robert. Now, Charlotte Robert is not an advocate. She's a bisabole. Charlotte Robert a bisabole. So I expect for bisabole to say everything. So bisabole they do have to have the talk show them to talk.
When you tell somebody you are crazy, it's an insult. You go back to school. In America, you crazy like a common thing. Where we come from, our culture. When you tell somebody you crazy, I'm the person sucker. They may say a sucker. You bring Bob something their tower, washcloth. Let's screw up Prophet Key. You are not different from Prince Johnson. Or maybe insult a woman that you insult her honor part. I heard that you are even an ex-rebel. And that's why you don't have respect for women.
Sharon Robert, you are telling the woman crazy. And you say you frisky, you attack that bitch. Your dirty ass, I don't even touch you, I don't even curse you, I don't even show your borehole, nothing. I don't pie near you. You start talking plenty. You fucking woman baker, you coming for your ass. You bitch. You fucking with the wrong nigga. Now your brother looking at wallet. Ain't that wallet flat? Your brother looking at wallet, then your girl looking at tofra. I will dig in your ass.
Who he encouraged to support CDC? And come and say, you are supporting CDC. Yeah. So, Mr. Ability is a dishonest man. This man is genetically incapable of talking true. He lied about everything, brazenly. He lied brazenly about everything. So, that's the first thing you got to look at that thing. Mr. Ability, it was not the people alone that supported Joe. You campaign, you endorsed Mr. Joe for the second round against Councillor Blonsky Eva. So why are you blaming our people for supporting Joe? That's wrong. So the first dishonesty there, we got to pick that dishonesty apart. The second thing is, Mr. Ability, try to be dishonest even with the truth. To say that, Mr. George, we are, was supporting the Lone Star and you're endorsing. The facts are the similar. The analogy cannot be the same. All right? Mr. Belete is being accused of supporting a quote unquote he being criticized in the public, for quote unquote buying car for Liberty Party because he is suffering under the weight of a huge corruption allegation. Unlike Mr. George Weah, everybody knows that.
And you discredit him. You accuse him. What do you think the CDC going to do? 2023, they're going to play the tape. And Kev, you know that. When the CDC say, you know what? When Democratic Party say play the tape, when Republicans say play the tape, you know exactly where is this going. Today would be the day to remember when it comes to Liberty Party. Maybe some of you guys are afraid, but at least I would say,
yeah. I always hate Musability and harder, but sometime in life you listen to some things and then you question.
Consideration in Liberia is for the establishment of the Economic and War Crimes Court. That's the first comment. The second comment has to do with conflict of interest. Conflict of interest as relates to the bizarre hearing the Senate did some time ago. All of those, including the Senate, most of the senators who were conducting the so-called hearing, are all conflicted because of their roles and their participation in war crimes and economic crimes. So they have no standing in the face of the law, in the face of morality, in the face of justice, to stand and argue with us on the War Crimes Code, because they are already conflicted. And you're guessing.
Sur le mari de l'humain, il est fort et il va arriver chaud. Et le love. Maman, les players, on a d'abord plein pour le camp bien.
Oh, maman, where did you do? I was in a make I was just still getting there, mommy.
I didn't make him, you see, I divide money, I love you.
Yeah, boy, the man is going to for what you come here for, and I'll pick you 20 years back. You didn't know for farming, and they no get extra money about what he farming. They are friend of behind the man too. When I eat money for you too, I can do your good on that so. Claro, material me pour farmer là, stay come behind me.
So why you doing a heated place like that? Why you doing a heated place? They don't need breeze. May the breeze blow away or
spoil the matches and spoil the smoke, all that thing. Now you get heat.
So you think how long you can stay in you? 1 hour. 1 hour. The other 1 hour you gotta clear another 1 hour you gotta. Wow. So what you get all that money going to be buying everyone out?
No, I didn't want to straight go also.
People hustle straight. They want the 200 one.
200 go. I'm not finished on you. Not out of your.
Yeah, I wanted to interview the very money, but you don't go behind TV.
No, but I didn't know your house. If I knew your house, I'm going to come right here.
Yeah, that's not the
Oh, come here. Now, go back. Yeah.
Law. Nobody followed the rule of
So why was we a technical director of the Lone Star under Taylor? He was supporting a lawless administration, or he just has no values?
No, let's talk about the government.
He was technical director.
Let's talk about the government.
Let's talk about you making $20,000 sitting in America. You don't even do any work at any ministry. You make $20,000. We have the transfer papers. What about that? Is that consistent with the rule of law? Which part of the PFM law are we reading from that they're paying you $20,000 on a monthly basis? How do you feel when you hear people crying about hunger in Monrovia when you are making $20,000 that you don't work a day in your life for?
Okay.
So you want to talk to me about rule of law? You're so far away. You and rule of law, you're going in separate directions.
No, let's talk about this now. You know,
no, let's talk about your $20,000. Maybe you want to start with an apology for living off the Liberian people without doing the work. Why don't you start there? Say, I apologize for accepting $20,000 from the government to sit on spoon and politicize the suffering of my country. Apologize for that. Then I'll see you a credible questioner that I can have a decent conversation with.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll have to deal with you just because you're on spoon.
But you see, and I know you want to the sway of the.
No, but I'll be answering your question. Why are you being paid $20,000? But why are you being paid $20,000? Seriously, $20,000 US dollars. How do you feel justified?
Okay, but let's come back to the rule of law. Let's come.
No, let's stick with accountability and stealing from this country. Why are you being paid $20,000? How is that income justified?
Let's talk about the rule of law. You cannot.
No, we're talking about the rule of law.
And then you talk about rule of law.
Yes, rule of law. Why is Jefferson being paid
gentlemen,
$20,000?
Kevin DeMoore, guys, wait.
$20,000. That's the number. I hope every seditious that haven't, paid their children's school fees know that Jefferson is receiving $20,000 for wearing his glasses and sitting down and making light of the suffering of our people every day, firing off baseless allegations.
That's a nice try. That's
what they're investing in. $20,000 for a guy who.
Let me name them. You see Magio and someone to they are the king Juju people. What you mean that the other people that play with Juju? You see Finabono. You see Tokompui. Tokompui and Finabono. Tokompui has one ball with him that he brought from Africa Coast. It is that ball that he's saying. That's why every year, every 3 months, that ball will go Africa Coast. That beginning of go Africa Coast will go bring Juju for Toko and Finabono. I will give you more detail on this. While Liberians are suffering in Monrovia, they ain't got food to eat. This lady sent $10,000 United States every month, every year, every month to his daughter in America. Then they get live a lavish life. You go to New Jersey, those that live in New Jersey will attest to what I'm saying. We're not saying these things because we want to give. I want nothing from nobody. But it is about time that the life of the people who struggle with us, the Liberian people who stood, the people who pretend their own t-shirt, who bowed their heads, who laid on the floors, who went into the trenches with President George Weah. It is about time that those people begin to benefit and reap what they saw in what is called the revolution that brought the CDC to power. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we want. That's all we ask for. Every one of them around the president. So sometimes your President Weah is messing up, but he's confused. They have put the president in the juju part. Finabono deals directly with the wife of Smith Towe, who is the cook to the president. She brings the dust, give it to this woman, the woman put it in the food. And then, so by the time the president eat that food, the president can be hacked from Finabono. Everything Finabono say is fine.
Which chief of protocol will slap the first lady and go scot-free? Nothing happened to her. Chief of protocol slap first lady. Nothing happened. Who will do that? In this day and time. Donald Trump said that people will say he got problem. His wife, nobody can do that to his wife. But Finabono did it to the first lady. Right here in Monrovia. Right here in Monrovia. Right here in Monrovia. Why do you think she depend on? She does it because she has put the president in a corner that absolutely the president can do nothing by himself. They have all buried this president. The pastors, what are you doing? Bishop Winker, you are the godfather for this man. This man is dying slowly. You're playing from away. You're thinking of four people making here. You're thinking of four people making here. The Liberty Ministry, Overcomer Ministry, what are you doing? Bishop, what are you doing? What are you people doing? The Redeemed Church. What is the church in Liberia doing? What are you doing? It is about time that you rise up to save and protect and save Liberia for these two people that are around President Bia. Finabono is dealing. Tokompui is dealing. Right now, as I speak to you, the president is about to send Tokompui to a public well. Magay want it because Toko and Magay can poop. They can see eye to eye. So how can this be? Right now, that's a battle right now going on. The president want to send Toko to a public well. Magay want Joseph Tor, who happens to be a close man to Magay. Magay want Joseph Tor to be the minister of public work so that he can continue to use him. Because when Toko
me, a Bagana in a race, I will not vote. Yes, because number one, we vote for the mayor who put in there. We can't see the party is not to us. They say they are for us. They were coming for us. Kuba was there. Oh, Yama Bolone was getting away. It won't defend. They say the boss coming for us. They thought we can hear again. They say, oh, I'm over. They put them on a joy in the community. Then I'm Molu. Why you so kind? Won't eat Kesawa. We will eat it with us. So today, Molu, you cannot speak honor the people that last year to do. When you were not hearing, I was hearing city play. Everything like that. Everything we look like that. So today, Molu, he can't keep for. So either we a card to watch it, yes, he can't wait. But this coming election, Papa, long life and society, we the grown people, our eyes open. Everybody getting Joseph Waka.
You see, most running in many countries. We are convinced. The line is not much. He wants to go to political when we are here. I tell the long days. I'm Mobake Molu. Chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. On December 8th, one of us will leave this position. I will defeat the law. The law, if I don't defeat you, let me resign as chairman of the CDC on December 8th. You will be retired. I, by hundreds of thousands of seditions, will retire you peacefully. Yes. Amen. You'll be retired. You'll be free. It will be fair. It will be democratic. You will not survive politically.
You're in surviving forever oxygen.
Yeah. You can't make it. The party is too strong. The law is like an ant under the gigantic booms of sedition. You will be smashed. He can't survive. He's at number 10 to 1. You'll be politically crucified. Because I trust seditions. I know what they can do when they are ready. And they are ready for you. So no violence will deter us. No violence will distract us from the cause, the right cause of election victory. We will get registered to vote. We will campaign when the time comes. And we will beat you strategically
will lay your political ballot down. It will be cool on December 8th. I promise you that. We are ready to go. We are ready to go.
They're not going to win. So happiness can tell with frustration. You don't know that? So happiness. When you happy over plot, at the end you can be frustrated. That's not going to happen to the opposition. Today they are happy. And the last happiness now. They are happy today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they will start wanting to go to the Supreme Court. They will start wanting to go to the Supreme Court. For the Supreme Court, they will go to ECOWAS. Oh yeah. That man bother yourself, sedition, relax yourself, tell your girlfriend, tell your man, tell your puppy, tell your cat, everybody go vote for number 4. I don't care how they feel about me. I don't care. They will soon start running to go to the Supreme Court. They will run and go to the Supreme Court. I'm telling you, these guys will go to the Supreme Court. They will from Supreme Court, they will go to ECOWAS. Victory is on our side. I don't care how you feel about me. Victory is on our side. I'm patrolling around. I just park my car on the highway. I said, we can't talk to the people small. So our men should not be discouraged. That handful of people they saw today to Congo town passing around. And the quota now, what do you expect quota? When you put 5,000 in the quota, you be 10 a day. They can be champion, you can be the sardine a days. And then when you come in, man, I'm baking ya. T5 or losing election. Let me commit suicide. A T5 losing election. I imagine what they will commit suicide. That one day will go talking between God and myself. They remember win. Eh? You don't even know. You sleeping. Because some of you guys are so emotional, but remains the only kill Muslim. I'm very, very important.
International call. I will take this first call, Diamond, please. A good evening. You are live on Spoon Talk. Your name and where you calling from, please.
Good evening. Let me say good evening to your panelists. This is Daniel Sando, and I'm following the conversation from Rovia. I listened to a redundant argument from Mr. Isaac Jackson, and I think it's very comical. I do not think that the conversation here tonight is what Mr. Dillon, but being the person he is, he would rather be used for an entertainment purpose. I just want to indicate, as an executive of the Liberty Party, that the chairman of the Liberty Party is not being truthful to himself. You cannot go to the executive committee of the party and begin to insinuate, make positions known that you are supportive of Mr. Cummings, and then when you come to the public, you say you don't have a side. I think it is wrong. As a leader, you have to own up to the decision that you take. What Mr. Benedict doesn't know is that the people who defended him, when the entire country descended against him, including the Isaac Jackson with whom they are entering into an holy matrimonial affair today. I see the two of them on your platform, and their views are very mutually enforcing, right? When Isaac Jackson then mounted the podium to bring insult on him, it was a very DeLong, Daniel Sando, and everybody in the Liberty Party that came to his defense. What he hasn't realized is that to become a chairman of the Liberty Party, there are too many persons who look up to you. And to become chairman is not by yourself. The reason why he find himself in a kind of problem today is because he had a motive. I'm not too sure that he's been very frank with the conversation you people are having here. He should have told you that he had divided the Liberty Party because he's a Cummings operative. He said that he go to the executive committee, Mr. Cummings will give him $5 million, he's going to empower members of the executive committee. He should have said all those things. That's why he afforded problem with the party. Okay? And when the political leader who people ask him, Mr. Chairman, the political leader has the power to provide political direction for the party, not knowing that he had already altered the constitution. Even the issue of the constitution when it came up, the political leader convened a meeting. He vehemently opposed any internal investigation. Today, I'm shocked to hear that he's encouraging internal investigation. The issue should be resolved internally. I think the party, Chairman Sembi said, the party is bigger than anybody's individual interest. But to be frank to the Liberian people, Liberty Party is why it is today. We are a laughing stock in the public because Mr. Benedict is chairman and because he's been very self-serving. every decision he made is about why he's going to benefit in the end. And I don't think that's why his chairmanship was about.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Daniel Sando, Liberty Party. We're going to pause and allow Musa to jump in.
I have the
I gave another 30 seconds to answer. Musa, you go first. You want to respond?
I have nothing to say about that, man.
He accused you of 5 million.
No, hold on a minute, guys. Let hear from Musa. Musa, can you respond, please? What you said?
No.
Okay.
I cannot go into
that. Okay. So, Answer Jackson.
I will respond because I think Musa, as chairman of the party, I have said to you that Musa, I'm my best friend. The guy who called, he's noted for clown shows, right? This is a complete muppet who are just trying to display his conduct as a muppet. This man who just called is on record for lavishing praises on Mr. Ability. How can he suddenly turn around the ability that was an integral man, who was an outstanding man? How can he now spewing insult Ability in the public? He is now using words on Ability that will not be entertained in any friendly conversation. You got to ask him why. And I will tell you why. You know why? This muppet was called upon to give back the car he rides that belongs to the party. Since the decision was made to take that car from that boy has been uncontrollably angry with everybody, including trees he angry with, because they took a car from him. He acting as though he was entitled to this car. That car is for the party. We gotta be above this thing. This is the same selfish interest we're talking about. He comes on the show.
Let me welcome you to my next Nabraka talk show here. We discuss the truth. We are not here to be able to know it all. We are students of HB. Folks, I've been a long time, right? But we are here tonight. I'm just here tonight to lay a few bases. And I will give you, my audience, a chance for you to be able to call, to discuss whatsoever that's on your mind. But first, let me register. I am hearing, I'm not saying that it is factual. I am hearing, and because of what I hear, and because of who gave me those informations, that's the reason why I have dressed back. I have dressed back from Unity. Hello?
Yes, Abraham, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite okay.
Yeah, before the show commences, I will applaud you for those memories. Yes, that you bring that everything that you brought out. So those are one of the things that I feel excited whenever I follow you. Yes, it is good. You make your audience always excited. So it's an applause for you, my senior brother. Thank you. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's the reason why I have hold back. For me, when I pledge my loyalty to someone, I'm in it with full. JMB, who I pledge my loyalty to, I did not say Unity Party, I said JMB. But for what I am sensing, for what someone is telling me, if that is not true, glory be to God. But has a hearing that the United Party / JMB that is a current discussion that is going on between the ANC and the United Party. I thought to bring it out publicly because some talk show hosts will not be able to say that. There is some negotiations. Something is in the pipeline. Some negotiation is going on between JMB and Elzana B. Cummings. For you to know more, they have planned. JMB and Elzana Cummings have planned to have a tete-a-tete discussion with JMB in Abuja. That is Nigeria. The first meeting was held in Ghana where JMB walked away. Now, this is the second meeting. This is the second meeting. As I have been told, has the information that was given to me that Cummins have finally agreed. Cummins have finally agreed for him to be able to go as vice running mate to JMB, because him running as president does not see a way through. That is something that we have been hearing it about a week ago, but it is some people first time hearing it. So I am urging you, everyone, those that are closer to JMB, let it tell him. Those that are closer to JMB, let it tell him. Let them advise him. Those that are closer to JMB, let them advise him. That road that he want to take, if at all he take that road, that will be the narrow road that he will ever take in a political career. I will repeat that. That road that JMB or that they're planning to take, that if Cummins go and convince him and he take that road, normally and Darius Dillon, they have been on JMB's side. They have been on JMB's side to the extent this guy have been suspended from they have been expelled from the party. They and Steve Zago, they are on the public side. But if Cummins convince JMB, because the Standard Bureau is the one who make the decisions. The Standard Bureau is the one who make. If the guy said that's fine. But I'm just saying this as a caveat. If the guy said that's fine. But for every gossip, there is some iota of truth should be in it. If it is fake, that is fine. But I am just sending this as a warning before I go to my next topic. I just sending this as a warning. If JMB take that path, if you think that the people cannot be able to vote him to power until he can be able to take Alexander B. Cummins as a vice running mate, that is the biggest mistake that JMB will ever do. Now, many of you saying that it is fake, it is false, it is fake. But they say, for every they say, there should be some iota of truth in that they say. You have been hearing this. I must say, I have been told this. I was someone to verify to the extent someone from the United Party called me. Now, would I be able to call the person name here? Somebody from the United Party called me that it is true. It is true that the ANC people plan. That all the plan that they have, that plan have failed. But this is the last plan that they want to go as vice running mate to JMB. If that is true, I'm not saying that it is true. If that is true, then let JMB know that he will never become president again. Because 2023, when he is done, then he is done for good. Let JMB know. Those of you that are closer to JMB, you carry that message to him. You tell him that if he take that path, if JMB take that path, some of you guys saying that it is they say. Now, if that they say it is not true, it is fake, what bring about meeting between JMB and Alexander B. Cummins to Abuja? What bring about it? If it is, I agree with you guys that you guys are saying that it is fake. But what bring about that meeting that the two stand-up political leaders are planning to go hard? What wrong with that? It is now today that Arizona Big Cummings want to run as vice running mate to JMB. All right. I will pause my tentacles. I will wait. Look, God is not sleeping. Pedro Lombe saying that there is sanction coming. The person, oh, la mena, fiadudu topic. That man wasting time. Our men went to Washington D.C. The man with Ted Cruz. The man with the Biden secretary. The man with this. The man with the people embrace us. The people embrace us. There's no sanction. The sanction that the people are talking about, that's the sanction that the people brought against Vani Sharma. They acted like they are clean from heaven. But they did not know that the American people, my fellow comrades, that they have a satellite, that they televise every damn thing that go on in our city. They don't know that. They don't know that the American people can televise every damn thing that go on in our city. The people know about our country more than we ourselves. The American people know about Liberia more than you and myself. The people say, oh, la cosa lying, la cosa meba, la me, la fiadudu to la meba, get bimo. But now, guess what happens? Guess what happens? The ambassador, who is the spokesperson, who is the highest diplomat, the first contact that the American people can contact in case of anything, that is the ambassador first. The ambassador was able to lay the cat out of the bed, was able to tell these jokers that yes, indeed, sanction is coming on this government very soon. There will be a sanctions, the Magnitsky Act. Now, if you are not someone who have third like some of us, you will say the Costa was lying. But when you have a third that some of us having, you never saw me one day condemning that statement that Costa made. It was Costa who brought out about that recordings that our congressman from New Jersey said autocratic governments. It was Costa who brought about that. But you know, the seditions, the stupidisms, they are living in Fiadudu. They are living in another world called Fiadudu. They are stupid to the extent that the garden can see green, they can see the black. The garden, they are stupid to the extent, even when the ambassador, you hear Kev Hassan today on Spoon Talk. I don't know what kind of water that Kev Hassan can bathe with. I don't really know. I don't really know. Because the seditions, the people get some kind of thing into their brain. I don't know that the realizing theory. The realizing theory is the one that is in their brain. The garden, their brain, instead of your brain be obvious, but their brain is on their foot. Now the ambassador himself, is making clear. He never said that there is a sanction coming for specific people. No. He said there is a sanction coming on the government. Let me put that here. He said that there is a sanction coming on the government. He said that there is a sanction coming on the government. And then people from the CDC angle, they are acting like they are levying another war. The guy said, the ambassador said that there is a sanction coming for this government. The ambassador could not be more clear than ever before. Because the ambassador was able to point out. Because the ambassador know the Magnitsky Act. And then the sedition, they are still living in utopia. They are living a different war. But let me tell you before I go to the line, let me tell you this. You know, many of you guys have been saying, you know, Abby, don't go to Liberia. Don't go to Liberia. Let's take our first caller. Caller, what is her name and where are you calling from? Hello? Okay, you can keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. Once more, 215-266-6509, or you can keep your call coming on 215-266-6509 or 267-938-2801. Let me make it clear to some of you guys. And then you guys have been saying, you know, Abby, don't go to Liberia right now. When I'm going to Liberia, I'm going there further far. I'm not going to hurry. I am going to Liberia further far. I'm not going to hurry. I'm not going to hurry. Let's take our first caller. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Abby, how are you? This is Pastor Mo. I'm calling from Minnesota. How are you?
Yeah, Pastor, how you doing?
I bless God.
What is on your mind tonight?
You know, the Liberian people and those of us in the diaspora, we shouldn't be surprised if there is going to be a sanction. And indeed, the sanction is not for the nation, but it is for the corrupt officials that continue to steal and suffer our people. Let me read a passage. I want to read from the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 29. And I will read verse 2. And I want your listener to please listen. I'm reading from the King James Version of the Bible. It says, when the righteous are in authority, that means when the righteous are leading or ruling the nation, the people rejoice. That means when good people are in authority, the people are happy, they rejoice. It goes on to say, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So what is happening in Liberia? The people are mourning. And the people that are in power, they are enjoying. They are suffering the people. Every day, there is a ritualistic killing. Every day, people are getting missing. You know, Abby, I say this, I listen to Keith Hassan, you know, trying to castigate, or JMB trying to castigate the Unity Party. And what he failed to know, George Weah, who is in power, George Weah is worse than the Unity Party regime, because when the CDC came to power, CDC had the authority to investigate every officials that work in the Unity Party. That include Madam Erin Johnson Sirleaf. Look, Abby, I was in Liberia. Madam Erin Johnson Sirleaf have a brother. His name is Amala Johnson. I may not be pronouncing it the right way. Amala Johnson. Amala Johnson was serving as Internal Affairs Minister. The international community provided 75 million US dollars for what? For
I hope
office.
you're not talking about Vanis Salif.
No. Amla Johnson. His name is Amla Johnson. He served as Internal Affairs Minister.
Hold on. I'm coming to you. All right.
I hear you. Hello?
Yeah, you live.
Okay. His name is Amula Johnson. Amula Johnson served as Internal Affairs Minister. He was the first Internal Affairs Minister under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government.
Okay.
He went to work. $75 million was given to him for what? To build chiefs, empowerment chief offices in all of the capitals of the county. What he did with that money, he stole that money. He used that money for himself. What Ellen did, Ellen removed him from there and carried him to the executive mansion for him to be advisor to her. What became of that case? Nobody can talk about that case.
Oh, okay.
Nobody know about that case. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's son went and broke down Nukal, stole billions of dollars from Nukal. At the end of the day, when Ellen Johnson went to the House of Representatives to go and deliver her State of the Nation address, she took responsibility.
Okay.
That she responsible for her son stealing. What those people did, the same people that are lawmakers, that are senators today, that include even George Weah, who is the sitting president. They were clapping for her taking responsibility, and wherein they had the authority to impeach her, but they never did so. Now, let us go to George Weah. George Weah served as senator for Monserrado County for 4 years before he became.
I think he served for less than 4 years. He served for at least 3 years. I think so.
Yes, that was I think it was 3.5 years.
Yeah.
He served for when George Weah went in the house. George Weah became the host. When George Weah went in the Senate, he became the chairman for youth and sports. What was the bill that George Weah put forth for the youth of Liberia?
Oh, okay.
What did he put forth? And look where Liberia is now. We need to invest in vocational skill training school. George Weah had the opportunity to put a bill before the House for them to pass a law to empower our youth. If he had put forth that bill, we would not have the Zogos that we have today. But the Liberian people, they didn't listen to some of us.
Okay.
They were carried away because they felt this young man play soccer. And AB, just before I leave, many of us was growing up, and our late parents, I wanted to play soccer, and my late parents told me, don't play football.
That Grenada thing, right?
Hey, my man, you have just said it. Yes, because the moment you go play football, your pa and ma will tell you, say, that game you're going to play, that grown man game, don't play that game. So George Weah, he proved that he played soccer, but he never advanced himself in education. He had 85 million. He squandered it. Somebody that squandered their own wealth, what can they do for the nation?
Okay.
What can they do?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Quora, what is your name and where are you calling out from? Hello?
Hello? Yeah, hello, Eddie. How you doing?
I'm doing quite okay. What is on your mind tonight?
Okay. I'm Emmanuel calling from Texas. My brother, let me just start 3 points quickly because I don't want to hold your line for a long time.
Okay.
Okay? Let me first of all start with the president we have. You see, these guys are not smart,
You think
right?
so?
Yeah, these guys are not smart. And let me just say this to you. President we are, let me start with President we are first.
Mm-hmm.
President we are trying to be technical about his asset, trying to hide asset. Every one of us know, right? When George Weah was playing international football, George Weah was not saving with any bank in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
George Weah saving was abroad.
Mm-hmm.
You think the American government
Hold on, coming. Hold on, then I'm coming.
is that what they think? When George Weah saving was abroad, why you think George Weah married to Clark Weah? At the time when George Weah was playing football, it was Clark Weah who was working in the bank was managing an account. George Weah didn't have no account in Liberia. All George Weah account was in a foreign land. So you think America don't know how much George Weah had before he came to the presidency? And the moment he came to the presidency, he started building marshals. The people know these things. Number two, you think that America don't know that there was a foul play with the three auditors that died?
Oh,
Let me say
okay.
something to you.
You're not talking to me.
Let me say something to you. I live in America. When it comes to serious matter in America, if there is a crime committed in America, the people have a Saturday space and they will track it. You think three auditors will just die the way they die right up Broad Street? Look at the distance from Broad Street to the American embassy.
Okay.
If something will happen, on Broad Street and the embassy will not detect it, that just tells that the embassy is at risk. Anything surrounding that embassy, there's a Saturday space that when push come to shut, the American will track it. But it's not their business. They will not melt into it. So you think the auditor don't, you think the American don't know how this auditor died?
But in
How
fact,
Jeffrey Lama and Abatia died right on Broad Street?
Geftin Lama came to the United States right here. She came to the United States to come for study, and she was one of the brilliant students that the American ambassador said that they really appreciate her, and they gave her a award.
No, I'm coming. So if anything that will happen on Broad Street, and the American embassy will not detect it, that just tells you that our whole embassy is at risk.
I agree with you.
That embassy is America. They will do all they can do to protect that embassy and its environment. So anything that transpires, anything that happens around that embassy, America will know exactly what happened. But it's not their business to poke into it to bring evidence how the people die. But they're watching, the people know everything. The third point I want to strike. You think America don't know that the metal still deal, that the country stand nothing to benefit? You think the people don't know? That's how George Weah think. That's how Samuel Tuere think. The people know exactly that they as no metal deal, the country stand nothing to benefit, and because people talk bravery and they will help the country in the future. The people know these things. So today I listen to Eugene Falcon talking about America, the ambassador should be talking about how the Timor left the country, how the gold left the country. Did America ever force Timor for out of Liberia, or people talk money, people talk bravery and do these things? But we've been saying these things, but people have been taking this thing for joke.
Oh, okay.
America are watching. If we think that you will fool us, yeah, you will fool us because we know some of these things. But if you see you want to punish it, but you will not fool America because they don't even. Look, America knows about that country more than you and I do.
My brother,
don't waste your time.
My brother, before you go, I just wanted to say something. And then something just came to my mind. You remember certain time came that they said that Kalako was arrested in South Africa? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that it was that still within our framework. Do you know that the American people they have freeze and they score bank account in George money we are in the United States with such different bank accounts?
Okay. All right. So let the people be playing around. And they say getting Lama die by ourselves, the car heat up, they die in heat. But America know how the people die. When push comes to shove, they will tell you. If that thing that happened to Gates Lama and Albert Peter, if that thing was an American citizen, they probably publish, they probably bring it documented on what happened. No, there is nothing can happen on Broad Street and you say, I can say Broad Street, like in the embassy. You think something will happen on Broad Street embassy without know? You think when I get something letter to that embassy and I call that whole Broad Street, I call the whole Central Memorial up to David Johnson and all? Is that what you think? Are you killing me? You don't know that embassy is America. The people will do all they can do to protect that embassy when it comes to Saturday war, everything. You don't even know the Saturday system they put get at that embassy. The whole of Montreal, even small for that embassy, for that Saturday system. You don't know? CDC don't know these things. Well, brother, let's watch the show and see.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You know, keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. You know, the sedition, they are living in different world. But like the people leader said, the sanction is coming. Let the ambassador make it clear today that the sanction is coming. So now they are trembling. It was Nathaniel follow my girl when they see Jefferson Tamakoji. Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. That is the number to call. You know, it was the same Nathaniel follow my girl. And they see Jefferson Tamakoji that they carry fish. They took fish to Mamutu Vla Nipa. Let's take our next caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
You talking to me, AB?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to say something. You know, we the Liberians, we are hard to learn. Very hard to learn.
But you're not calling me, and I know where you're calling from, sir.
Oh, Papa, sorry. I'm calling you from Minnesota. The comment says pressure. I'm calling you from Minnesota. The code you see me that I want to.
Okay.
You know, when the people that.
They want.
Huh?
I said, but you said the code is somewhere here, and that's the reason why you don't want to talk. I said, but you got to tell them one.
Yeah, I will tell them one, Papa. I'm listening. I just last year you and the pastor.
But go ahead.
The people have to hear. There's nothing American man can give you, and they give it to you free.
No.
American, we are in the hands of the American people back home. Even here, when you go to places, they want to get free. Nothing free in the country, you got to pay. And you know how we can work in the country? They're sitting down there, they are just bunch of idiots. They just sit there and they think they smart. Smart picking and coaching. You need to go learn and do something for his future. He still got life before him. But no, you want to be sharing blood and get free money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, free money. But I say, so I can't wait. Maybe I will call you on the line because I will celebrate until I will say crazy. Because I will start on the job we are, then they go to the Magay talking about, then they go to coaching, then they go to the finance minister. That's all me I want. There are 4 people. When it gets to them, they will know what is what. But right now, they can't read, we don't read with comprehension. We're the Liberians, are the problem with God. We don't read with comprehension. So when we see these things, we take it to be blasphemy. We don't read, we just say a few words. And you know how they read the Bible and John inside. That's just what they're doing to it. But in reality, the Liberians need to open the eye. A Liberian want for that country to go ahead. We need to put that paper work there.
But the things are hearing now about Pape Boaka. You talking about Pape Boaka. The things that are hearing, I hope that is not what Pape Boaka want to do. The thing I hear.
No, Pape Boaka will not carry on me. Listen, Pape Boaka like a traditional man. That makes sense. You know the thing what they call trust.
The thing what they call trust. What happened to trust?
They trust that Papa Bwaka don't trust Alexander Kume. So there is no way he can carry Kume.
He trusted a man who does not have sufficient vote, who was not senator at the time. He trusted that man. He trusted how they call the former speaker.
I know who you're talking about.
Huh?
The one he choose first. The one he choose first. That man all eat and together. Though he good. The one.
What are coming to you just so long?
One. He can carry one Congo. Then they would look at something.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking.
Then he can carry one Congo.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. For now on, I just put all my I just withdraw. Because for the fact that Papa Bwaka, I know you guys say he is a traditional man. But I do not believe that. Because Papa Bwaka, when he chose someone who could not deliver their own country, when he chose someone to be a vice president to him, who could not even say deliver for him.
That's true. And I know that now. I told my husband when Papa Bwaka carried that man, I told my husband. That's true. I told my husband, I said that man, I know he was in the even he left West. The worker died for him for killing that. He misbehaved to that woman.
Okay. Thank you. Quora, what is the name and where are you calling on from?
Hello?
Yeah, Quora, what is the name and where are you calling on from?
My name is Kemo and I'm calling from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Go ahead.
Hey, Abby, let me first of all say thank you so much. It's been a long time being on the show. Thank you for coming on. I welcome the news from the U.S. Embassy.
Hello?
Yeah, hold on. You that calling from 3953, you go ahead. You that calling from 5788, you hold on.
Okay, yeah. 3953. Okay, yeah, I said as for me, I welcome the news from the U.S. Embassy, and I hope that the Liberian people, especially those in Liberia, will be able to read between the lines and do the best come 2023 and vote for the person that will be able to do exactly what they want be done in Liberia, especially when it comes to fighting corruption and other stuff. That will bring peace and stability to the country. Another thing I would like to dispel here is I continue to hear people early joining steady working behind the door or whatever door to either look at manipulate election in 2023. I believe that early joining steady does not have any power to do anything that will jeopardize our election. The Liberian people in Liberia, they have all power to change the government. If they will sit in Liberia and allow the man Rasta we have to go back 2023, then they are truly setting for away.
Paul, come in, hold on.
I say on the show, they were toting casket saying she criminal, she this, she that. Today, the citizen people can't persecute her. They can't do nothing to her. Whole day they will sit and say blame, Ellen this, that, but they can't persecute her. So I believe that the Liberian population, those who suffering there, if they can't make the difference, I don't see who will ever make a difference for them in Liberia.
Thank you.
There are a lot of calls for all corner for justice. They sit there and complain whole day. They can't do nothing. So 2023 is the best year for them to make the difference. If they can't, well, that's it. Thank you so much for your effort.
Paul.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm fine, Abby. All right. Thank you very much for taking me. But Abby, let me clarify something. I don't want you to be discouraged, right? Let me give you the information you heard concerning VP Bwaka.
He said I should not be discouraged, but the people when he chose Emmanuel Nukwe.
No. The Papa did not choose anybody. Anybody tell you that in the law.
No, the people choose Emmanuel Nukwe in 2017.
Yeah, that was in 2017.
I sure mean that you will not repeat the same thing again.
No, Eddie, let me give you the real information, right? We are close. We are insider, okay? So when people are saying this kind of stuff, I just look at them and laugh. Omer Bwaka is a very wise man. He's a wise man, got a lot of wisdom. If you want to learn, you learn.
He never proved that during the 2017 election.
Yeah. Now listen. Let us not tread on the past. I understand your background.
You gotta tread on the past for you to be able to determine the future. You gotta look at your past.
I agree 100%. But now listen. Everybody learn from mistake. A better person will always learn from his past mistake. And so that mistake that was made in 2017 will not happen in 2023. Now there's a speculation that goes around that VP Bwaka is in talk with Ellis Cummings for Ellis Cummings to go as running mate. That is a blatant lie.
But then what is it that he and Kumi have planned for him to go meet the Pape in Abuja? What are they going to go discuss?
Now let me tell you something. That's a propaganda. Let me tell you the real story. Just give me a break. Ellis Cummings has sent people to first Ben Nayure to apologize for his action, and he wants to come back and run as a running mate. He also sent people to apologize on his behalf to VP Bwaka for VP Bwaka to consider him. And now the Papa use a parable that I will not say it, because if I say it, my souls will not be happy with me, okay? So that parable was about a deer on a trap. I just want you to know that. Now, VP Bwaka is saying Cummings can go up and come down. Cummings had a golden opportunity to have used and get to the presidency, but his ambition, his ego, make him to destroy the only chance he has to the presidency. So anybody who told you that, it's true. He has been sending people to beg both Joseph Bwaka and Ben Nayure. That's a fact. And he can take it to the bench, but they have turned him down, and he's so frustrated. Now, if you see Dr. Francia on how they call spoon talk, saying that it can't work, and coming saying you will never be second to none, that's a lot. Francia, brother, is a direct person who works with JMB, Otello, Chinonwe, Axel. She will never dispute the fact, and she knows what she can hear. So they only say that to defend all of the lies and all of the shame, because they have no hope. You understand? So nobody should fool you, and nobody should lie to you that VP Bwaka is thinking about Alexander Cummings. That's a lie. Cummings is doing everything possible. He thinks he can seduce the old man or induce him with money and then get him convinced. But that's the last mistake he had made. He needs to ask Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf said on Mamati Diakite show around 2012 to 2000, so between the Anatu, exactly with the time, but I remember this. She said, Joseph Bwaka is a person that I have trust, and I trust her. He's a man who is very straight, and I know him. I have not worked with any honest man like Joseph Bwaka. And he said this: if you go to research Mamati Diakite,
coming to you just a moment.
I don't want you to be courageous. Don't listen to propaganda.
No, I'm not listening to propaganda. You listen to my opening statement. I say if that is, I know that it is not true, but if that is true, then the people will miss the mark. But thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. I'm following your show.
Okay. Samuel, how you doing? Hello?
Not bad, my brother. Yeah, it is. What's up?
Yeah.
Like, how you both doing there?
Yeah, just tonight I'm on one here. I mean, I'm doing quite all right.
You know, Eddie, you have to stop wasting your time, okay? JMB will not team up with Mr. Cummings.
I'm just saying.
Mr. Cummings now, yeah, you don't need to panic, my brother. Like the caller just said, no one is going to sit and allow JMB to do that. And even if JMB himself made a mistake, it will be a political accident for him. This will be the recipe. You know, sometimes politicians make wrong turn or wrong decisions, like what DeLong and Youngblade did. and it affecting them today. You know, like real politics in the West, the people run.
What JMB did?
2017, it was the same miscalculation that GMB made.
Okay.
You know, sometimes the politicians in Liberia, they want to run politics with kind heart. And you see, in the West, this is why the people got principles and they got policy. And you got to live up to that standard. But in Liberia, we can either that we the one get Jesus, so we need to do everything to forgive everybody for Jesus to accept us. But this is why you need to understand. ANC folks are testing the water. You will not understand Liberia politics. Take this, AB. Whenever you see certain time, they throw things out in the public. And you see it going from place to place. There are two things. One, they have tried in the background, it failed. Two, they put that information out there to see the reaction from the public, to see if they can continue pushing on that path or they will just give up. I'll give you an example. When ANC came out with the VPS, and the same people on the ground to go and do their own survey, their survey now they are made done. You hear them talk about VPS again? No. They never talk about it. The concession building, they know they were not working, they tried and nothing down at the back. You hear them talking about it again? No. When they came back, what they went to now? Oh, primary. You know the party when they job there and say we do block voting. That block voting was not intended to vote. They wanted to know if there were any healing agenda. And ANC folks, they came right out of the bag and they exposed themselves. What's going on now? ANC folks themselves have realized that if Kumi does not go as a VP to JMB, he's done. So the only thing now they're trying to do, they're trying to appeal to the Liberian population indirectly for them to see how best the people can put pressure on JMB for JMB to accept Mr. Kumi's back. But this is what I want to tell the Liberian people. When Mr. Kumis was in the CPP, the colleagues worked with him. And Mr. Kumis sat there, when his colleagues took office for Yombly, he undermined every one of them. This is the same mistake they made with George Weah. Maybe. They cried George Weah.
But it is the same man who he was encouraging for them to deal with Yombly. It is the same now he cannot sign to the agreement because the terms of reference that Musa Bete is talking about, he cannot sign to it because he know that Musa character is a dent.
No, the Musa and Kumis story is very interesting, and the ANC folks know the truth better than you and myself. And Dillon told them. They did not believe it. Now they're seeing and they're feeling the reality. And this is why you see Kumis is making a 360-degree turn to go back. And even if Kumis brings Jesus Christ to big JMB will not accept him. Don't waste your time, Ibi. If JMB try, he will lose a lot of support, including my very self that sit here.
Quora coming to you just wrong.
From time to time, at least now he finished from county to county, from village to village. Now he walking the street. So maybe the next campaign he coming launch now will be from house to house. That's up to here, ANC folks. From house to house now he'll be going from family to family. You know, there are certain times in life, my brother, when God gives you something, the poor God is saying that when 3 people come to you and give you something, you don't use one hand to hold it. You got to use both hands, or you go find bucket or top or something to hold those things they are giving you. Mr. Kumis were giving things that were too many. He put one hand on it and now he has wasted. So he should live with it. And this should be a lesson to him and to other politicians. ANC folks should not waste their time. They should stop trying anything. They job they throw out here to see the reaction from the people. It is not going to work. Mr. Kumis, for your case in court, present your platform to the Liberian people. If they believe in you, they will vote for you. But from what I can see, you are already a political Christmas chicken. You're just waiting for the day you die to come 2023. And lastly, let me speak on the sanction issue. You see people like Jefferson Koji, then they had to learn. And people like Jefferson Koji, they like fraud. You know, my late grandmother used to tell me, say, the reason why you see fraud when they see light, they come up and they die in their housing, they always got to believe that where the lie is another city. That Jefferson Koji then. Charles Taylor said this thing over and over. Anyone that does not work with Washington, you're not surviving. The people, the men that put forth sanction on board, put forth a bill to discuss and push for sanction. The men come to you and tell you, say, oh, they got 3 types of distractors. You know the people now have not understood America yet. My brother, America look like cancer. When they're eating you, you won't know. You will know the day you're about to die. And when they're ready to kill you, they don't just rush for it. They take their time. They come with you, they laugh. The alligator friend says, sorry, my friend, I wanted to eat you. I eat you when I'm hungry. And the thing they don't understand about America, America is like lion. The lion don't kill when it is not hungry or when it's not ready to eat. It will keep petting that prey around. This is why America did to CDC or to George Weah and his gang. And that's what they're doing to them. And you see why they're doing this thing bit by bit? They're clipping Weah wings off one by one. They got rid of Prince Johnson. Now they're coming now to squeeze them again a little bit. And just what I told you, my brother, President Weah, that Christmas chicken. You know, if the Christmas chicken get tattooed on it, it's just a matter of Christmas Eve to put a knife on the throat or Christmas Day. President Weah will go. It is up to the Liberian people. If they think they're enjoying the government, come 2023, they should dare make that mistake. We'll be on Facebook here to comfort them. But from all indication, President Weah himself knows he's going. So Jefferson Koji and I were jumping around thinking that these people can laugh with them. Good luck to them. Now the shit has hit the fence. They will feel it and they will feel it really hard. So let them just know that this is just the beginning. They should wait and see what's coming for them come 2023 before the election. Because if the people can make this statement now, they got something cooking. Come 2023, they will hit President Weah way. When they hit him with it, my brother, he will just think that 32-tire truck or 42-tire truck hitting on the runway. So let them keep passing around and thinking that the American on their side. They will learn the hard way, my brother.
Thank you.
Y'all take care later.
Kora, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, Kora, what is the name and where are you calling out from?
Okay, my name is Mokonje Chi. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Mokonje, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I just want to ask the U.S. ambassador to stop taking drugs. You know, when the ambassador taking a lot of drugs, when he kind of...
You say what?
The U.S. ambassador.
Uh-huh.
I'm pleading to him to stop taking drugs.
For that statement, I will cut you off. For that statement, for you making that statement, I will cut you off. Kora, what is the name and where are you calling from?
This is Evangeline calling from Iowa.
Says Evangeline.
Yeah, how are you, AB?
I'm doing quite okay, and you?
Yeah. For me, I don't care. I pray somebody with logic thinking, mature person with brains on their head, have sense of humor, to integrity, to bring Liberians together. That's the person I pray for. And if Ome Boakai, Homies, or anybody get there and they don't prosecute these hooligans and let them get away with it, I will be on my own show. I will make it to talk. I will talk about that person, them up, because those 4 auditors that George Weah people killed, they will not get away with it. You know, people keep saying, "Be there, right? You see the man? 4 human beings died back to back in 1 week time, and you expect me to say, maybe they die out of that thief kid." Then same people that are doing the same job, that were investigating the money they stole, the COVID fund that the people sent, investigating the die back to back, the people 3 children. Y'all remember we are used to go to Ghana every minute because a kid, they were bugging him. As soon as the 3 boys got missing, You see, we are traveling to Ghana too much again to see a doctor. They kill the people, 3 boys and young men. And actually, somebody say you get evidence. Common sense will teach you evidence. Liberia, I want what I beg of you people on AB, you who have all these talk show. You shouldn't wait for 2013 to remind Liberians because sometimes our brains can go to Alzheimer. You need to start all these things that they were doing from the day they took power. We need to start showing there on what they call it on your channel, the way you can show things before you start talking to remind Liberians when they lay children, the student went on strike. When the police beat them that day, George Weah was sitting in a car. We need to put those video out. We need it. We need to bring all the bodies how they were killing the 4 auditors back to back. We need to break it out. We need to bring Matthew Innes and the guy what
Matthew
they call
Innes
him.
death. Yeah.
We need to break it out. We need to bring the police officer that died in Great Jida. We need to break it out. We need to bring the guy, I don't know EPS or EP. I don't know
Yeah, the
their
EPS
spelling word. That
EPS guy
when we are going on his
who finna Bono kill.
yes, you need to keep playing those things. It's about time we start now. We shouldn't wait till 2010. These boys, what you fail to realize, because the other time when I know whoever they paid that came to the mansion even finished the rush to show off because all of that is about show off. You need to be showing McGill building his building house and putting electric wire in it and phone charger where I want money. The 16 billion. We need to show it. When the women there were laying on in the rain and they lie down begging George we need to show when the chief then kill the elderly people kill and George we act like they don't exist. We need to remind Liberian those are the videos we should be showing because what we are is doing and he's trying to sugarcoat and put butter around Liberian mouth, go here face small lady and say that George, we are project. We need to do those things then. We need when Jefferson Koji and his boys then have cutlass in
Hold on, Samuel.
Lay corn when they kill him. When all the rape issue, then we need to put the picture up for Liberian people for it to rewind their brains.
I promise you, I will be playing. You know,
yes,
for me,
start now. That's the campaign right there.
For me, I am a historian, so I will.
Yeah, when they had these games there to go after Taylor Ure and throwing something on our car, we need to bring this because somehow we didn't forget yet. And this is why we are consistent. We still on it. Our children being raped, we are mute. We are there because they molest little girls, so they don't see anything wrong with it because their administration don't have integrity. The money what they like the COVID fund that is sent to Liberia and they give to the people. We need to remind Liberians because Liberians are incoming. You shouldn't forget. Some of you will believe in Bible, but there's even in the Bible they have witches, they have evil spirit. We are the people they believe in the witch thing, and they will do everything to destroy. They don't mind because they are desperate.
Thank you.
So I pray your please, and anybody that come on, AB, you will hear me. I'm sorry. I love Ome Bwakai. I love Cummings. I love all the opposition people. But when they come on and they prosecute these boys, then they let them get away. The way George we are there, Ellen. They won't like me. They won't like me. The Ellen, all of them, they won't be prosecuted.
Okay. Thank you. Samuel.
Yeah, Eddie.
Go ahead.
You know, since Evangelista just said what I've been telling you in the back before. You start here and then you stop. We need all the documentary, and that's one of the campaign message we have to preach to the people
But
so they can see.
I having everything from Josh, man. We are before he could become president are having all that documentary. But this is not the time yet for me to be able to play that clip. Even
No, AB. Sometimes it's good you play it once a month to remind the Liberian people.
The clip with that man who they killed. I get that clip.
My brother, try your best at least once a month. So you know, like that guy Jerome, that how you call him, Pastor Cummins, not the singer, the one that's in America that's a pastor. He normally play the TRC recording. I think once a month. I think a month or a week, and sometimes we listen to the confessions and stuff and refresh our memory what the guy said. So I think, please, I want you to please try to think about it. But that's not what I call. But you know, I want to send this as a warning to Pabuakai. GMB need to understand. You know, the people got up saying that when you go and meet animal on the trap, you try to rescue that animal. If you're not careful, it will turn you. Because the only thing that's in that animal here is survival. Where Mr. Cummins is now, he's in the political trap. And if JMB is not careful and try to rescue him, Cummins will turn on him and he will not like the result. Mr. Cummins, I said this before, the people that Mr. Cummins working with is like what the citizen can say. The party mandate remains strong. The people Cummins is working with, their mandate remains strong. They have tried every other means, it's not working. JMB needs to be careful, because if he's not careful, those guys will turn on him and God knows what else they will do. Because even we are now, they all knows now, come 2023, JMB is the people's choice. So JMB should understand now he's a hard target. He is a hard target. He needs to beef up his security. He needs to be careful with places that he goes in, as much as he want to associate with the people, but he needs to be careful. But you know, people don't know what JMB doing, AB. You know, the poor God are saying that in the parable in disease, that say when the poor ask you, say, waste spit in your mouth and you waste blood, it doesn't mean you don't have spit. There's always saliva in the mouth. But you're doing it for a purpose. You're saving that spit for dry times. The people don't know that JMB is saving his saliva for the dry time. And he will execute his mission one at a time. Mr. Cummins like it, he don't like it, politically, he's gone. So JMB need to be careful with people he's talking with people that he's holding meeting with. Because sedition, I don't know even know how which are the adjectives to use all Cummins and his supporters. They have exhausted every means, and they can see the light through the tunnel that we are is done. I always say that the big problem I got with we are don't have common sense, and we don't know what he's doing. There's corruption everywhere, AB. But when a leader knows what he's doing, there are certain moves he doesn't make, and there are certain decisions he doesn't take. We don't know what he's doing. And let me quote Tewan Gonglo as my closing point. Tewan said what the Liberian people did, they did something wrong and they committed child abuse. In as much as you lost your child, you will not take 100-pound bag of rice and put it on your 12-year-old child head. The Liberian people sat there and they look at Weah that could not even express himself. And they look at that country and put it on Weah head. All Weah do, take picture, bluff around, sit down. What happened? What not happened in the country? They just put all the criminals out there, all the gangsters out there. So we just hope the Liberian people can learn that the mistake that they made, they will be able to stop come 2023, because if they repeat their mistake, my brother, good luck to them. Thanks for coming, brother.
Thank you. Keep your call coming out on 215-824-8124 or 267-938-2801. We have just 10 more minutes to go. You know, one of my brother told me today, he said, Liberia is even worse. He said Liberia is even worse. Currently, Liberia is even worse, more than 6 or 3 years ago. I could not believe it. The man said, Abraham, when you go on the street, the men in tar, they attend to baker. The men who have their wife home, they have turned to baker into the offices. I said, then the country really bow. He said the country is bowed to the extent people prefer walking than to take car. That's it, tell me. Then the country really bow for true. People prefer walking than to take car to get in taxi. Then that is to show you guys that we need to think. For me, many of you guys said I should not go to Liberia, but I will go. 2023, I'm going. 2023, I will go. I will arrive at Rabat International Airport, and I will give them a passport. Because this country, it is our house. But Liberia, it is our home. No check. Kora, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Abi, I'm going to come again from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Go ahead.
Abi, I know how everybody, especially people who want to see changes in Liberia, for those who talking about Kumbi or Joseph Boakai. But there's one thing I want for everybody to understand or try to think about. Our people in Liberia, when it comes to voting, they are very, very unpredictable. Number one, they quick to give music to people who oppress them. I remember back in Liberia, to the day they say he came a man, he came a power vote for you. And linking there, they say that the only woman that understands the country, the worker, you know, boy, not know, boy, will vote for you. Then people will control on top of the business Liberia. They are the same people that come on Facebook when you're talking for them, for the social justice advocate, when you talk for them, they say 12-year loading. 12-year loading. We go back. The Rasta man, they will say one of the things. All I want to say here tonight, in the simple Liberian English, my people, you're cool down small. You're cool down small. The 2023 election are coming. Some of we talk for the same internet citizen. The people that in Liberia, they don't want to know what they're going through. The only thing we can pray for right now is that whoever win, the person should be on the wall, implement the TRC, and fight for them. But for me, I would be so proud when Joe will win the election. You listen to the people in Liberia. Maybe when you go Liberia, try your best. Take your camera, your microphone, places, and ask a full question. Yeah, that's all I want to advise, brother.
Thank you. But you know that for me, nothing will surprise me. Nothing absolutely will surprise me. Because the Liberian people, they are very, very unpredictable. The Liberian people, they are very, very unpredictable. The Liberian people that can be able to sell their voting card for one bakery.
You see that?
That the Liberian people can be able to get their voting card to someone. Then the person getting $500. The Liberian people can do that for you.
And another thing before I go, another thing, let me tell you about you. The Liberian people, somebody call, I think one mommy child call, they talk about 3 boys missing. In the whole republic, 3 boys missing. Nobody talking about it. They say in the country that they know, the children being raped, 24/7, whole lot of news coming up. The population says sitting down. Somebody they don't pay them, they say sitting down. What kind of group of people are these people in Liberia? They are the embassy, the US ambassador, like they say, the sanction will come before they don't know us all on social media again. Just watch it. It will cool down again. Yeah. That way, the 2023 coming, but God will be on the platform, will be listening again. But for me, I won't be surprised when Georgia win election. And there will be no cheating. The election are coming, there will be no cheating. It will be very, very clear for us to see. And for the ANC people and the Baga people there, you take your time with it here. Because the same way Georgia are crying when one election is saying they bring changes, and the same way some people passing around
you work on a man.
Now, okay.
No. I just want to know. So you work on a man.
Oh, for me, I push it towards my United States citizenship because I can't without a drama like brother. I told you, I want to watch it on a serious note.
So you're American citizen, huh?
Oh yeah. I will not allow everybody tonight because for me, I will not be wasting my time on people there and they're telling me 2-year loaning, 24-year loaning, this is that loaning. On a serious note. I got it private. I always say it. Till they put it to my private to them, put my own there. When your real partner taking care of you, your stepfather taking care of you, you look up to your stepfather for direction and other things. My real father that I grew, I was there, I know I went through. Then my stepfather called United States taking care of me in the country, and he opened my eyes so many things, and I continue helping my brother back home. They continue telling me, say, 2-year loaning, 2-year loaning. My brother, I will not be with them loaning now 2 years.
So the people say 2-year loaning. So why you can say no that says you're loaning?
But if I tell the person says you're loaning, they say no. I say, for example, 3 boys missing. What are you doing about it in like bro? They say, well, the people don't allow the ball. How they call it the family people don't want to press the case. The police go there asking them questions. So they don't want to come and talk about the case. So like I guess fake news and lie. They talk about the auditor, the missing auditor, the person who have boyfriend and girlfriend kids. And you on the platform, you raise that issue. Okay, let's go back to the mobile politics. Mobile politics when I say job, having sex with women, the government to get a job. They post it at legal talk. The men say the men go outside and solicit money and bring it, use it for your own personal use. They post it at legal talk. You follow it too? You are where you that one of the men I can always flex on the issue that you're right on that radio. And all again, they keep on the course one another for job. We have girlfriend and boyfriend building. Then somebody get real bullet feet and all one thing your profile picture to fund it. You are not here again. When they call that guy and say one woman she was causing a friend today. And job we are no when they see me happy for then he can discuss it or go more. One again to one woman to chicken on Facebook to causing a no one business. What kind of New Year they got business? Then somebody get real bold and describe it, then talk about like everybody on Facebook change their profile picture to the full it. They forgot to know that training can be raped. People get asked there for raising kids and everything they see that right there. So my brother, I would appeal to the ANC people and the Braga people, you're pretty cool down, you're cool your temper down. They really want to help the people and you're cool your temper, you're not 41, you're cool your temper.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that the poor they will not get tired talking, and we ourselves will not get tired talking.
You shouldn't get tired talking. We ourselves too on this side because we know the Liberian politicians they get lied. The Liberian people don't think the law people can suppress them, who can oppress them. That's the interesting thing. The people who are talking for the law, the people that can suppress them, oppress them. The financial money kid, the civil margin kid. It was clear the financial money used the portfolio or whatever convention to stole thousands of dollars from the pool. You can't the court, other case were free. The police upon the corruption can come, the other put in like carrying them all around the place, carrying them for election. Yeah. The other put they say they looted, knockout, whatever today, and the very happy people there. The people greater than 84% that the same people can be condemning. So my brother, why again so don't coming to? They said to they'll be behind the put out that will pressing them and watching them. But thank you so much. If they don't want to take most of your time, but I'll be praying for you when you go like God. I'll be begging you to stay your back. Don't carry the West Point also when and go ask them. Carry to the other area there now. People how they talk about it, go ask them there. Because you go to Gibraltar, so when West Point and the people be telling say the best before they go for all the other one year, America, everyone people do good for all.
All right. Thank you. So
give you the definitive answer as to whether the children were drowned or stay alive and hidden somewhere.
So the involvement of Zanzan Kawa starts like this. Upon going there for our first visit and returning, after all they have said that we got traditional people over the water and all of that, so we thought it wise to include the traditional chiefs and elders. That's how we came to get the involvement of Zanzan Kawa. So when we went there, through his influence, we were able to get the claim owner and that of the kingdom owner. So upon the investigation, the questioning, he turned it over to the CIDs and said that I can do more with the help of a permit. So you go to Internal Affairs and get a permit. And we wrote the Internal Affairs Minister and said they can get Zanzan Kawa the permit.
In other words, they're saying to you that they will not authorize Zanzan Kawa to go.
There are laws on the book that they should not go about carrying on sasewu and all of that. That would be torture. So they can't give Zanzan Kawa the permit. So Zanzan Kawa let us know, so go, let me sleep over here. We came that day thinking that we would have gone, but then to no avail, Zanzan Kawa said he can't go. But the frustrating part is the fact that all those that decided to help us in the process have backed up, including the likes of Senator Prince Johnson. Yeah, who initiated and through his influence were able to get Jesus. He has backup.
Did he tell you why he's backing off?
Not to my knowledge, but he just backed up. The enthusiasm he had from the onset when we engaged him is no more. We can't even see him, not even calling the family. And so we decided to bring this to the public attention.
What is your suspicion? Why is Johnson was so involved, so excited, and now I'm drawing out? Why are you suspecting?
I will suspect a lot of things.
For example?
But for the benefit of the return of our children, which remain my cardinal focus, I will not want to dive into that.
Pastor, you think the children are alive?
Yes, the children are alive. God will not lie.
Man, Deacon, you think your son Bobby is alive?
Those 3 children are alive. They are alive, living.
Did you see the body? What that was? That Conan, when Conan said there was a body that looks like they had on the pants, trousers that looked like one of those children. They had on boots that looked like that. You still not convinced that one could be one of them?
No, I'm not convinced.
So you, Conan, you went to some Moses. Why did you go to Moses? The children are not there.
The delay associated with producing these children. The effort thus far been applied.
Go ahead.
By the police, all right. It's not really encouraging, all right. We've come to understand one or two things that we consider frustration on the end of the police. For police to tell us up to present, they can't even establish any cause for why Moses should actually be arrested. We are confused. Now, how can we be sure that their investigation can yield the desired result to us? That is bringing forth our children. Now, when we got in contact with some legal practitioners and then try to at least get a summary of what actually has happened, and they may not understand, but if you give us this explanation and police director is telling you or telling us that there is no probable cause for which Moses should be arrested, then we don't know. But the bottom line here is, realistically, Prince Johnson said, like Watson said, he was highly enthusiastic from the very onset. As time went by, he became a little bit lackadaisical. What I suspect, I wouldn't want to be like him. Probably he knows the reason why he want to hold on to it. But I'm going to actually let you understand what I already observed and suspected. Prince Johnson was just very concise. He was just upright. He said, Zanzan Kawa just left from here when people arrived at my residence. What I do know is that from a human spirit, the children are not alive. Zanzan in particular would not go on that trip because he told me that he received calls of threats, something which he wouldn't want to tell you, but he's not going to go.
But he went anyway.
He didn't. We're talking about the second return. The second return of Zanzan. After the first investigation, we realized that we have gotten almost 90% to conclusion, and the only impediment was the permit. So when he told Prince Johnson that I would not be able to go because I received calls of threat last night, we knew straight something. What we were told on the very onset that big hands are involved, it is seemingly appearing to be realistic. Prince Johnson, without anxiety, he also went and relaxed by and told us, he said, well, if you are God and you know, anybody who is considered to be a religious person, you just go to the person for you to actually go through prayer, but that means not going to go because you receive calls of threat. Now, from the end of the police, what really transpired today, I must admit.
What happened today?
For us to have waited, since they deployed our 25 men, they said they are deployed for search. Now, after search, before investigation. So when we search come to an end, before investigation starts.
The police searching Moses' premises?
No, they are searching in Bomai where
searching in
the alleged drowning incident occurred as a claiming. Now, indefinitely we are observing the situation going. When then will this particular search come to an end and investigation commences?
But then why did you go to Moses' place?
Yes, we went to Moses' place because we've actually lost hope. We have lost trust in police own skill and willingness to actually establish the real cause why Moses actually did what he did. Because if all of Moses explained, the inconsistencies are so plenty that they are sufficient to be used as a probable cause to derive prosecution summary against Moses. Yet police director is telling you that there is no reason. So it is just imminent. I told them in one of the talk shows. As let me be very honest, we are aware, we've always been told by police in their investigation that in due course will inform the public. And believe me, some of those information that the public is willing to receive, they have never ever received them. I brought in the case of Murphy Index. Saying you told her that you're actually going to conduct some investigation so as to establish what actually transpired in the Murphy Index case. Police has ever informed you? So imagine the duration in the case of Murphy Index. So, I mean, it is just empirical and a reminder to us that police wouldn't really get to the bottom of what actually we know that has transpired. So we decided to actually assemble in peaceful demand of our children at the Simosi funeral parlor on the road with the placards. Nobody did anything on the contrary. Only actually raising our voice and making demand. We need our children, we need our nephews, we need our brothers, we are a human rights organization.
Here, we can't hear from the grandmaster, we can't hear from the government. In a pagi Emma Ureoga, Purta Way FNA. The 3 days. No, free revenue with it. Namavuli Elevaga, Mamma Boka. Babena, Clara Kena. We ate to go, Magapu Emma. And Tata Electre is and Tata, they are over. Grandmaster, you the one gave your order. You gave 3 days. We do. Oh, we do. Nale. Now you have now you have Nale. It is a woman. And the book, Obama. It is Pama. It is Obama. When I forget about it, Taruna, anyone I just glib, as you boy, my boom. Nale. Now you got Yeti. Nazi. Now, Razzie, it is with your ma. Book. Nale. Winnie, a winnie. Who now? No, the Siama, Zawama. No, the Siama, Zalama. Sa, Mina, when I'm not going to know. I love our band now. First, I went in with each other. And the and water to go. To go now, my wife was a chill. Nale. And it's more with each other. And what you will do. Gaga, no, did you go all about? Taganu. The papa who got the back. Can you hear Uncle back? Namavama? Where are we here? Umonka over. Never Monka back. Melissa and the Rima Vina. No, we are there. Mon we are there. Galaka Uwe. I don't know that movie. President here at the movie. Because if you walk, there's a go back. Movie got there. Where you might go? The grandmaster gave a medic, 3-day medic to the government. Before he could talk, he reached out to the landlord, the Zoos. He said, well, our son elect, we have not seen him almost a year. So our message is that we want him to be seated.
Where is the message? We can't hear from them. We have not seen them. The 3-day giving is over. So what happened? You won't hear from them.
Malay. Gala ke ube.
Daga caution.
Gala ke ube uga wijiche. Ebasa ukikia.
What we have done, we the landlord and the grandmaster, what we have done in Lufa, that people can't do. Today we can see our son seated. We can't get any leadership. Lufa is cheated. Lufa has nobody to speak for them. Only one senator. In all counties, all the 15 counties, all the counties are equally represented. But why Lufa is not represented?
Well, such as a few follow the grandmaster voice and about interpreted in the law that the English church here and the Fatanti, where after the book, little of where recently traditional leaders choosing areas of Fatanti besieged the bridge that there is no room for entrance until counters
You know, we cannot end the clip. You know, for me, I just believe that the grandmaster have just done it to themselves. The reason why I'm saying the grandmaster have done it to themselves, because the guy said that the grandmaster then they were 15 on top of the water. So the 15 grandmaster, they did it to themselves. I don't know whether it is something that they ate that they're not supposed to eat, or the grandmaster have taken bath. Well, I can't be the one to determine that. But some kind of thing went on. What must we do? Let me tell every one of you, thank you for tuning in to the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. We'll be here again tomorrow, God's willing. Bye-bye for now.
If I get it once up on sweat, get it once up on sweat. They want to not smell it, they other one they can smell it, they other one you can smell it, different man, oh. Yes, I'm around, who we carry, different talking to.